Well, as we look back at the last 4 years and look forward to the next 4 years under a UCP government, there's some question marks over those in the LGBTQ community, particularly around GSAs. Now, we're going to start with Anne Lamarche, who works with Franco Queer, which facilitates conversations within French schools. And you've seen some struggles even with the current legislation.
Yes, there's struggles even with the current legislations, especially is the one protecting the privacy of kids who join GSAs. The UCP has talked about giving necessitating parental consent to join GSAs. I have spoken with kids who are parts of GSAs right now, or kids who want to start a GSA at their school, and that would be an immense barrier in their capacity to access that kind of safe space and that kind of environment. And so it is very worrying for me that we could be taking a step backwards in giving those kids the access that they need to that kind of space and to that kind of information.
Mm-hmm. Now, I want to touch with Chevy Rabbit as someone who identifies as trans, looking through the platforms and seeing in the UCP's platform that there was no mention of LGBTQ. What goes through your mind with that?
Okay, so I was thinking there was no mention of LGBTQ, so I was thinking maybe he's going to leave us alone, but that's just wishful thinking. But I think when it comes to gay straight alliances, I think we do need these. Because people who identify as gay, straight, or as LGBTQ, these create a safe space. And they create a safe space for us to express ourselves. And a lot of people who identify as LGBTQ, when they come out, sometimes their families aren't that accepting, their communities aren't that accepting. And 40% of people who youth are LGBTQ, which says a lot about our communities and families that when they come out, that their families aren't accepting. So these gay straight alliances were essential and a vital part of creating those safe spaces for youth to express themselves.
Now, this is tonight, as people go to bed and they wake up tomorrow, what's the work that begins tomorrow in Alberta?
Honestly, for us, the Franco Queers, is to continue the work we've been doing before, which is doing the groundwork, which is going to schools, offering presentations on gender and sexual diversity, humanizing our identities, showing to those kids that it is possible to live a fulfilling life as a person who identifies as 2S LGBTQ+, help those kids set up GSAs in their schools. So we're going to continue doing the groundwork that is the basis of the services that we offer and is the basis of what is required to be able to do the work that we do.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Freddy?
So I think, I was thinking about it, so we're, to offer what you just said is that we do need to continue doing the groundwork. So I think moving forward, what this looks like is that we have to continue going to, I speak at schools, I speak to workplaces, I speak, I'm out there doing that work, and I have the organization called, an event called Hate to Hope, and that's been going on for a decade now. And over this whole decade, I've realized that we need to continue doing advocacy work. We need to continue being out there. We need to be front lines, and then we have to be out there helping youth, helping people, and actually just educating. And also humanizing our identities, showing that we, as LGBTQ people, we dream, we live, we work, we wanna have a fulfilling life.
Yeah, and if I can add a little bit to that, I think the really important thing is for us to be out there to show that we're not just a name or a title or a label, we're a person. And I think it's a lot harder to hate a person than it is to hate a name or a title. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, just quickly here, for those who are feeling maybe lost with these results in the LGBTQ community, what would you say to them tonight?
There is strength in our community. There is resiliency in our community. And if we stay strong together and if we work together, we can overcome anything. I think we've proven that the 2S LGBTQ community, we've come tremendously far. Of course, we have some ways to go, but we've come tremendously far because we have stuck together as a community unified together. So if we keep doing that, we'll be good.
Perfect. Chevy?
I think we can't give up hope. So I'm thinking, yeah, it's scary right now, but I think we can't give up hope, and just know, to the youth out there and the people who are LGBTQ, just know that there's people like me us here doing that groundwork. We're doing activism work. We're out there creating awareness. We're partnering with MLAs. We're building those bridges. And I think moving forward, we need to start building bridges with the United Conservative Party and see what we can go and go from there.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, we will continue to follow what the community does with the UCP in the coming days, weeks, months, and years right on City News, Edmonton and Calgary.